So you're asking, what mulch should you use for your hydroseed project? Well, there's quite a few to choose from, and if you're heading into your first season hydroseeding, there's certainly some opportunity for confusion. Behind me here, I've got a few of the more common, more popular mulches available in today's market. So let's take a look and see some pros and cons to each of these mulches. Okay, so here are all the mulches that we're going to be looking at today. There's really two main considerations when figuring out what mulch you should use for any given project. First is going to be slope. If there's any sort of hill on the project, that should be taken into consideration, as well as your machine type. So let's take a look at slope first, and we'll dive into these products just a little bit deeper here. Okay, so I have these products organized from least amount of erosion control on the left to most amount of erosion control on the right. Let's start with the 50-50 here. 50-50, you can tell in the ingredients, is talking about the composition. So cellulose fibers, that is paper, and the wood fibers, that is the wood fiber, obviously. Then you have wetting agent, which is a tacking agent that helps it stick together and stick to the ground. Now, up here, this is important. So 4-to-1 slope, so in other words, for every 4 feet of run, you have 1 foot of drop. That is going to be 2,000 pounds of mulch per acre in order to hold that slope. So keep that in mind, 2,000 pounds per acre. The other thing that we'll want to look at, which I highlighted here, is that you will need a slope interruption device or water diversion technique. It's recommended when slope lengths exceed 20 feet. So 2,000 pounds, 20 feet for the 50-50. Blend with tack, sometimes known as 70-30, because of the composition. We have about 70% wood fiber and 30% paper. And then that 3% wetting agent again, also 2,000 pounds for that same slope, and 20 feet slope interruption. Now, I'm a little curious about this. In my own experience, I think that this blend with tack does a bit better than the 50-50 on the ground. So I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that as well. But that's what it says on the actual package. Now let's go over here to wood with tack. This gets a little bit different because the more wood fiber you have in a mulch, the more it's going to interlock on the surface and the more erosion protection you're going to get. So that 4-to-1 grade, also 2,000 pounds per acre. So that is the same on these 3 mulches here. Where it's different is that this is 30 feet instead of 20. So this holds a slope just a little bit better. Lastly, we'll take a look at Pro Matrix. This is an EFM or engineered fiber matrix. So this is kind of jumping just a bit in terms of its holding power as well as the cost. But we'll get to that in just a moment. So you do need more pounds per acre. It's very rare that I ever spray 3,000 pounds per acre. I don't think you probably need that much, even though it says so on the package. But take a look at this. 50 feet before you need a slope interruption device, which is pretty great. This is one of my favorite products to shoot. It blends so well and shoots so nice and really holds up quite fine. It does have a different bit of a product composition. So again, you do have a majority of this product with that wood fiber, 18%. But look at this, the wetting agent, 6 times what it was in any of those other products, 18%. And you have some interlocking fibers as well as some ceramic particles in here. Just a really great mulch. As far as price goes for these top 4, over here on the left, that 50-50, it's about $24 a bale where I live. That blend with tack, a little bit less, 23, wood with tack, 24, and then Pro Matrix, as I mentioned, that jumps quite a bit. That is 40. Hey, real quick, are you looking for hydroseeding equipment that won't break the bank and is reliable? I know, it's a tough task, one that I felt myself when I was first getting started. There's a lot of options, a lot of things to choose from. We actually build our own hydroseeding equipment. There's a few tanks and machines right here behind me. We called it the HydroHog, and not only do we manufacture it, but we also use it out in the field for some of our work, so we really like it as well. If you think that this could be helpful for you, we made it just for beginners. It's available on our website called HydroHogCedars.com. Thanks. All right, now back to the video. All right, let's take a look at these pellet mulches. So this is another profile product here. This is Cover Grow. I think it used to be known as Seed Aid. You're going to need a little bit more mulch when applying this product. So this is a 4-to-1 slope right here, the same that we looked at on the bale mulches, and instead of 2,000, you'll need 2,500 pounds per acre. This is a really nice general purpose mulch, especially if your products are relatively flat. That can get quite a bit done, and there's other mulches as well that'll do a great job in a jet machine for a variety of products. The thing I've been excited about lately is this Edge Earth Guard pellets. This mulch is from LSC, and take a look at the specs on this. So that same 4-to-1 slope, look at this, per acre, 1,500 pounds. So this mulch outperforms these 3 bale mulches, which is just incredible. So out of a jet machine, you can spray a variety of products, whereas before products like this existed, it was a little bit tougher. So hopefully that is an encouragement to all of you who are considering or have a jet machine. There are some really great products that can hold a slope really well out there. The prices on these, that Cover Grow, that is going to be $30 a bag, and the Edge is going to be $50. So if you are really looking for that erosion protection, this is going to be a great product, but you're going to pay a little bit more for it as well. Okay, so which hydroseeding mulch should you use for your project? If it has any sort of slope, all of these products would work in some form or another. You might have to apply a little bit more, have more slope interruption devices, but any of them would work for slope. So it might just come down to price. If you have a mechanically agitated unit, this one right here will be your cheapest, or at least it is in our area. Thing I like about 70/30, I've had a couple different types of hydroseeders. This has always worked really well. Very few times have I had a problem with 70/30 clogging in the machine or doing other weird things that slow down our process. Would highly recommend this 70/30 here. If you need to thin out your mix, or in other words, not have as much wood, you can always go to a 50/50, or if you need more erosion protection down the road, you can always jump up to a wood with tack or maybe a Pro Matrix. If you have a jet agitated machine, I would probably go with one of these down here. There's other products as well. I know there's some other manufacturers that put out mulch, but these are the two that I had sitting around the shop today. So this Cover Grow is, as I mentioned, a great general purpose Hydromulch. If you have a little bit of a larger area, especially if it has any sort of slope to it, you might want to do this Earth Guard Edge, just because it requires 1,000 less pounds of mulch per acre, which is a big deal, especially if you have a larger project. You know, if you have 5, 10, 15,000 square feet and a bit of a smaller machine, this is going to save you a ton of time over using something like Cover Grow. Okay, that is all I have for today. Hopefully this video has been helpful as you decide what mulches you'll be using when you're hydroseeding. If you have any additional questions or maybe an idea for a video, something that you would like to learn, let me know in the comments, and we'll talk again soon.